Hey crafty friends, it's Melissa. Welcome back to my channel. I wanted to pop on really quick. I'm trying to wrap up a swap, a Christmas swap that I joined for Sandy's Planner Shop and Crafts on Instagram. And the swap was to send to, receive to, and this was an embellishment book using Craftpurge's tutorial, and it must have a hanging element. Now the book had to contain one decorated ephemera or shaker, one wire beaded candy cane, two decorated paper clips, a surprise, and 10 die cuts or cutouts inside of the pocket, which is in the book. So I'm going to show you everything that I put in my book, and this is how it's going to come. I left one packaged so that I just could show you guys everything that was on the inside. So this is how mine will come packaged. And I'm sorry about the shadows. I am having to film this at night. And so I've got light, but you know, that's just how it goes. So those are the packaged ones. Now let me show you detail of the one that I kept out for you guys. So this is what my book is going to look like. Now, I think on her tutorial, it was probably a 5x5, and I think I did mine a 5.5x5. So, I made it just a little bit longer. Now, on mine, what I did was I used the adorable, of course, all my, almost all my swaps have to contain gingerbread. I can't help myself. But I used that adorable gingerbread for my creative time. I used this little coffee cup or teacup or cocoa cup or whatever you want to call it from Lawn Fawn and turned it into a shaker. I added this little spoon and put some little marshmallows. I added a bow from the mini bow die set from My Creative Time. And this little sentiment here is again from My Creative Time, Gingerbread Hugs and Candy Cane Wishes. So cute. And this there's a round element in the back, just bringing out a little bit of that pink because you had to include pink in your book or in your design. And then I've got some really cute background paper, and I just love it. I think it turned out pretty cute. Now for my hanging element on the spine, this is what I created here. And I have the spine decorated in a different paper, and the back once again in a completely different paper. So I think it turned out pretty cute. So I use seam binding on mine to bind it, but you could do this in any way you wanted to. There was no set way you had to do that. So let's open it up and see what we've got. So when you first open it, here is my beaded candy cane. And I'm not going to untie it because it was a booger to get it in there. Oops. So that is my candy cane. I think it turned out cute. Now, this was my decorated ephemera or shaker. And this is a shaker. And this shaker, oh goodness, sorry, is a super cute ornament that came from my little crafty shop or my little craft shop. I'll have to look it up. I'll link it below. But this particular ornament, you can remove the top of it so that you can get this mix out of it. So this is a shaker element, but then it has this little top. Again, like I said, you can pull it out. I don't want to pull it all the way out, but I'm going to show you. See how it comes out? And then you can empty the contents and use that shaker material. I put some snowflake stickers on the front of it just to give it a little interest. And I added a couple of handmade mini poinsettias. A beautiful button from Buttons Galore and More. And some seam bindings from my scrap cabin, which is awesome. I have so much of the seam binding and I absolutely adore it. Now this middle page here is where your pocket is, and that is where your die cuts were to go. And so I have my die cuts in here. I'm not going to take all the die cuts out. We got to leave a few things for a surprise, but I do have it pretty packed in there with different die cuts. So if I took those out, we'd be here all night long. And like I said, we want to have a few surprises. Now, when you open it and go to the back, here are my decorated or altered paper clips. I have 4 paper clips. I have 2 large ones and 2 small ones. These 2 little ones, I used the My Creative Time mini bow die. And then I just added some cute little embellishment from my stash. Then I did this big paper clip. I made a rosette and I added this adorable little Gingy flatback. And for this one, I used one of those like blinged out like faux bottle cap things, and I took a piece of paper from the, I think it was Sweet Ginger Kisses paper pad from My Creative Time, and added that to the middle. And then I have some little charms there and a few beads. Now, I was going to add something to the back, but this book got so bulky so fast that I was afraid that it wouldn't close, and I was afraid of how I was going to be able to get it into packaging. And to be honest with you guys, packaging always gets the best of me, and I did have a tough time getting my packaging together, so I'm not gonna disturb it, even though I really wish I had added something to the back, even if it was just something flat, but it's all good. So that is what I created. And then the treat, the surprise, I'm going to leave it as a surprise because I think there needs to be some fun elements to the swap. And so when Sandy starts doing her reveals, you can tune into her channel, and I will link that below as well. And then you can see what everybody put in their swaps and their surprises. So I just wanted to share that with you guys before I got everything all packaged up. I was so excited to join the swap. It was fun. It was super easy, and it had all my favorite things. So anyway, until the next crafty video, everybody, happy crafting.